planet, which is nothing but a laboratory that belongs to them. Planet Earth has been being used for thousands of years by different extraterrestrials. We
a shadow on these clouds right here. I think this right here is local, man.
Would appear to be 48. My actual age, I'm going to be turning 83 this year. So you have to add in the 20-year tour of duty plus over a decade of the period when I was in training. So there's over 30 years of extra time and experience that I participated in that my body doesn't show because I was put back into a younger.
Welcome back to the coolest channel on YouTube, man. I got a dope lineup for y'all here today. Just know, man, look, we here with good vibes, man. We ain't got no time for the BS, man. Look, this is a safe space for us to talk about whatever we want to on this channel. Just know we're going through this thing called life together. You never end it by yourself. But look, hey, man, I had a good time with y'all last night, man. Giving out this money, giving out the gold bags. Just know, man, if you missed a live, look, we're gonna be doing this monthly. The more likes we get on these videos, so let's get this video right here to like 10,000 likes. If we keep doing that, I'm gonna give away bigger prizes. You know, we're gonna get on live and I'm gonna be giving away thousands of dollars to individuals. You feel me? So that's the way we're gonna rock on this channel. I've been waiting to do this, but I appreciate y'all just as much as y'all appreciate me. The energy is always reciprocated on this channel. But let's get into this thing though, without further ado.
So I have some questions about aliens and
yes.
How many alien races are you aware of?
Well, remember that we are part of a large federation. We are part of a large association and an interstellar alliance, and we are aware of many, many others. So, in fact, we are aware of hundreds of thousands of species.
Okay. And is that across all of the galaxies? I guess.
Well, it's across the galaxies we are aware of that we've explored. There are many, many places we haven't explored yet.
Within this three-dimensional universe?
Depends on which three-dimensional universe you're talking about. Because from our perspective, we exist in a reality that's just as physical as yours, but it's in an alternate universe. So to us, it's just as physical as yours is to you. So okay. Are you just talking about the idea of what we have encountered in your particular universe, three-dimensionally?
Yes.
We have encountered 167 species in your particular galaxy alone, in your universe.
Wow. How many of those species are currently on the face of planet Earth?
About 12.
Okay,
they come and go.
Okay, I've heard that there are up to 80 or even more than that.
Well, there are other visitors, but the 12 are relatively common.
Okay.
They come and go a lot.
Are they living on the surface of the Earth, or are they
and sometimes they're in underground bases.
So I was going to ask, so the Earth is hollow? And
No. Not in the way that many people who say, oh, hollow Earth mean it. No. There are underground bases. There are tunnels. There are openings. There are caverns. There are hollow spots.
The new draft report on UFOs. The Pentagon's expert warning about a possible mothership coming close to Earth. Stay with us.
That Chinese balloon that floated across the continental U.S. got a lot of attention, and somehow it eclipsed other, weirder, unidentified flying objects.
This is a person I respected tremendously, very, very senior person. He told me, he said, Lou, I want you to stop doing this. I said, okay, sir, I certainly can, but may I ask why? And he says, well, we already know what it is. Now, at that moment, I honestly thought maybe it was our own technology. And he said, no, that's not what I'm saying. And he said, he asked me point blank, have you read your Bible lately? And I wasn't quite sure where he was going with that. And I said, well, sir, I think I know what it says. Where are you going with this? And he said, well, then you would know that these things are demonic and we should not be pursuing them.
Y'all, so apparently we are under a geomagnetic storm watch. I don't understand why they don't put stuff like this and make it news. Like, why CNN, Fox News, or any local TV station doesn't put this information out for the public to know that this is going on, right? This thing. They're saying that this geomagnetic storm is supposed to be so strong that some things are not going to work. Like you might not have cell service. You might not be able to get a radio station.
Dude's just like, some things might not work. Yeah, we're not talking about your penis, man. We should be explaining like electronics and stuff, man. Well, we are electronic beings. Might be on something. I don't know.
And it's going to mess up your internet connections. Planes don't need to be in the sky flying when this happens. So what's going to be their excuse if planes start to fall out the sky? So if you have a flight between now and Tuesday, do not get on airplanes, y'all. Do not get on airplanes until this stuff passes over, because it's going to hit Earth, okay? And it's a geomagnetic storm. It's a strong solar flare that's coming from the sun. And this reminds me of, y'all remember 2YK when we were expecting a big blackout? But what we didn't know what was going on behind the scenes?
Yes.
Is that we had a massive solar flare in 2012, y'all, that we knew nothing about. And guess where your government officials and all the bigwigs were headed to? To their underground bunkers. Y'all watch this video and I'll be right back.
July 23rd, 2012. Look that up, read up on it. That's nobody's hearsay, somebody made it up, it's all real. But we should have bought it that day, y'all. You should have died. All of us should have been gone. And people are probably sitting there, what is he talking about? On July 23rd, we had not one, not two, but 3 CMEs coming straight at Earth in a line, 3 of them in a row. The perfect storm. Now, what's the CME? It's a corona mass ejection. Think of it as when you take your hand to your forehead and you wipe the sweat off, then you just sling it off your hands, see all the little beads of sweat? Well, beads of sweat like that come off the sun as it's rotating. But this little bead of sweat is got some umph to it, y'all. This bead is the size and mass of Mount Everest. And it's a ball of plasma. It's coming at Earth. And they generally travel just below light speed. They'll cover 93 million miles in 14 hours or less. Well, these 3 CMEs come hurling in at us. And they came 93 million miles away, and they were going to hit us dead center. Then we have a word we use in science when we can't explain something: phenomenon. Something bumped them. Something. I don't know what. And I'm open up to any suggestions because it's a phenomenon. We don't know. But these things just deflected a little bit, but it was enough. But they passed so close when they went by, they were between us and the moon. They were only 110,000 miles away.
That's extremely close when you're talking about these things.
When they come from 93 million miles away and they pass by only 110,000 miles, something bumped these things.
You were given an explanation though recently. Can you talk about that, of what possibly, how we avoided this catastrophe?
In a panel I was on recently for Antarctica, Linda Moulton Howe said she had some whistleblowers that said there was a big ship out there that deflected the things. I wasn't there, so I don't know. But sounds good to me. All I know is something caused these things to deflect right at the last minute. And how serious was this? This story wasn't released until 2 years after the event. It happened in 2012. It wasn't until 2014 that the press even talked about it. But if you do the math, this is really interesting. If those 3 CMEs hit on July 23rd, 6 months later, probably the last human being would have died on the planet because everything would have been gone. The sun's blotted out. And that last person would have died probably on December 21st, 2012. The Mayans were right. We should have died. Something intervened, something, I don't know what. But that CME event did occur. It's not BS. It really happened. Verified by NOAA, NASA, and about a dozen other countries that saw it, was mapping it in. This is a real event.
Do you have any technologies that you're aware of that could have pulled this off?
Not that I'm aware of. And for them to just change course without seeing any flash or any physical, currents out there, no, I don't know what did it. I was thinking of, Mr. Spock and the Enterprise, may have came in. Something happened that caused it to change course. But that day is also interesting is because it was so quiet on the news level. Nothing mentioned about any of this. And that's a major...
Who knew about it in this compartmentalized section? Just NOAA?
No, the entire federal government knew. They were having open house at Mount Weatherby. So they were moving in with their families. And they're going to close the doors and let us burn. I mean, our government's just the lowest scumbag you could meet. They wouldn't even going to tell us about it. Why? Because they didn't want you panicking and be on the roads and they couldn't get to Mount Weatherby.
Right.
Y'all see how fucked up our government is? They don't care about us. Trust me, they don't.
Hey, what Michael say? They don't really care about us. He was, Michael Jackson was putting a lot of stuff in this music, y'all. I'm just saying, do your own research, though. Don't believe none of this stuff.
Even in the movie, Don't Look Up, right? Even in the movie, Don't Look Up. Those of you that watched that movie, did y'all see what they did? Y'all see what they did, right? The movie, 2012, you see what they did. They are putting this stuff in plain sight. They don't care. If anything was to really, really happen, if we were to get attacked and by nuclear weapons or whatever, their ass is going to be down under the ground.
Facts.
Okay? They have bunkers down there. 200, 100 feet down in the ground, underground. And they have been preparing this stuff for years. Okay? I'm a truck driver. I have went to one of the inside caves underground. Yes. And I have taken dog food. I have taken water. I have taken all of these non-perishable foods down there. And I think to myself, like, why is this stuff going down underground? There's cities underground. There's roadways and streets as above, so below down there. You can only go so far. So people are down there, already down there, living in the ground. They can't come up because they cannot take our sun. This stuff is for real. If you think it's not, hey, that's on you. Use your own discernment, but you've got to understand. Okay? They have been hoarding food. They have been hoarding medical supplies, all of these things down there for them. Okay, so when they go down underground, if something happens, they're going to have everything that they need down there. So they don't even have to come up to the surface for 15 to 20 some odd years. These people are sick and they do not care about us, okay? And the more we can understand that, I think the better that we will be. Y'all get your minds right. Meditate, pray, whatever it is you do to get your minds right, because they don't care nothing about us. And what y'all think? Y'all think a spaceship really came out and knocked this thing off course? Because from what he was saying is, we should have been out of here. From what he was saying is, the Mayans were correct when they said that that was supposed to be the end of the world. But something decided that we should live, and it wasn't our time. Okay? Let me know what y'all think about this. If y'all have any more information, please share that with me, because I love all of this and stuff like this, but our government is full of shit and they don't give a fuck about their citizens.
I mean, it didn't even take all that for us to know that part, right? But check this out though. We already know how it is, bro. Like, remember I told y'all to go watch that movie? Have y'all watched it yet? It's called Greenland. Go look at that. That's like a real demonstration of like what it would be like. Like, they showed everything in the movie. That's what was supposed to happen, you know? Like, oh, let's go out here and watch these little pebbles come through our environment and land in the ocean. Next thing you know, bro, oh man, they got on the news. Oh, excuse me. Tampa and Orlando is completely gone, nigga. Like, you know. And then they had select people that can get inside of the bunkers and stuff. They had certain people with certain skill sets that they wanted to preserve and stay, you know. So they had a place within the bunker, but you couldn't be sick. Dude's son had diabetes, man. He couldn't get in there, but they found a way. You know how these movies go. They found a way to get in there. But it's just crazy, man. Like the whole world was destroyed, changed for forever, and they ain't come up to years later. But you know, we've been showing y'all the bunkers and stuff, them taking the food there and everything. And now they have a plan to, in New York, if y'all pay attention, do your own research. They want them to, they got this challenge that they're doing. Everybody just go vegetarian and don't eat meat. And they trying to blame it. All of a sudden, they care so much about the temperature of the earth all of a sudden. Now that's their number one priority. They're trying to restrict the food, which they've been burning, cattle and stuff like that. Everything is coming in full circle. Y'all know how we do on this channel. We don't just post compilations. We actually make it make sense. Let's get it.
Skull and Bones, its members rise to the very pinnacles of power, like George Walker Bush, for example. When Bush contested the presidency with Democrat John Kerry, it was a battle between two bonesmen.
You both were members of Skull and Bones, a secret society at Yale. What does that tell us?
Not much, because it's a secret.
You were both in Skull and Bones, the secret society.
It's so secret we can't talk about it.
You were both in Skull and Bones, the secret society.
It's so secret we can't talk about it.
What does that mean for America? The conspiracy theorists are going to go wild.
Sure they are. I don't know. I haven't seen the rest.
Number 322?
First of all, he's not the nominee. And, but I look forward.
Are you prepared to lose?
No, I'm not going to lose.
You both were members of Skull and Bones, a secret society at Yale. What does that tell us?
Not much, because it's a secret.
Is there a secret handshake? Is there a secret code?
I wish there were something secret I could manifest.
322, secret number?
There are all kinds of secrets, Tim, but one thing is not a secret. I disagree with this president's direction that he's taking the country. We can do a better job, and I intend to do it.
Did he talk too much?
Societies meet. The rituals are still a secret. And so when we heard that some enterprising characters had managed to spy on the famous Skull and Bones Society, we couldn't resist.
The videotape provides a grainy glimpse into what appear to be the initiation rituals of a secret society that's been around since 1832, whose members have gone on to be leaders of Wall Street and the White House, the Senate and the Supreme Court.
They're sort of trying to scare the initiates, disorient them, frighten them.
New York Observer investigative reporter Ron Rosenbaum accompanied a team of Yale students who got these pictures 9 days ago. Rosenbaum's curiosity about Skull and Bones was permanently piqued when, as a classmate of George W. Bush, he lived right next to the Tomb, the group's heavily fortified home. From their perch, Rosenbaum and his cohorts taped the Tomb's courtyard. What they captured, they say, was initiates, known as neophytes, to kiss a skull, then members performing a mock.
Can I get one too?
Sure, I'd rather have my picture with that good-looking lady than...
Sure, you can get one too. Yeah, but I was wondering, have you heard of Building 7? Because there was like a radio show where you said that you never heard of Building 7.
No, I haven't. What's Building 7?
The third skyscraper that fell on 9/11.
Oh my gosh, sure, now I remember.
Did you do some research into that?
No, I was busy with the Pentagon getting hit.
Of course. Yeah, but there's a lot of controversy surrounding that.
Oh, is that right?
It was a third skyscraper that was away from...
I gotta go.
But really, never...
President, right? He's getting his space for this guy to get his picture. Thanks.
Ain't want to talk about that shit.
But what's your thoughts on Building 7, Mr. Rumsfeld? Mr. Rumsfeld, it's hard to believe you don't know Building 7, though. To be completely honest with you. So Donald Rumsfeld is either the dumbest Secretary of Defense this country has ever had, or he's plain dumb. How could you not know about the third skyscraper that came down on 9/11 with video footage evidence showing first responders backing away, saying that they're going to pull the building? My friend was down there and heard the countdown. The owner said he decided to take that building down. He had plans to actually
make a new building back in 2000 before 9/11 even happened. We confronted him, and the very fact that he never showed up to work with his family on that specific day. This is a key smoking gun issue with even the mainstream media like the BBC reporting the building collapsing before it actually collapsed with the building behind them. 9/11 is a very important fact that everyone needs to understand. If you don't know what it is, Google it right now. Thank you for all the people who make this independent news organization possible by investing in us and donating to us on wearechange.org/donate. Subscribe. We're going to have a lot more information coming here your way on youtube.com/wearechange.
Hey, just a reminder, like, y'all know what the news is, how they say, oh, stop the woke, and, you know, oh, these people don't know what they're talking about, woo, 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 but these are the people that create the narratives and hold on to the narratives. The people that you see that's been getting fired, and all those people were puppets, man. They don't come up with their own independent research. They're forced to do this. They get paid extremely good. So therefore they have certain incentives. And then they also know too, you can get unalive for not, sticking with the plan and messing with certain people like that, man. But look, let's keep
take off and sweep around the world. It all began with a documentary that claimed the astronauts never ever landed on the moon, that the whole event was faked by the Americans, filmed on a movie set. Normally you'd just dismiss this as another of those crazy conspiracy theories, but then you find that 20% of Americans, that's like 60 million people, actually believe there's something in it, that the giant leap for mankind could have been the hoax of the century.
Of course.
That's one small step for man.
Hey, for people that that ain't familiar with this, really pay attention to this right here. Like, technology is a motherfucker. We're gonna keep advancing. The more we advance, the more things are gonna be brought to light that we're gonna understand that was cap and lies. Just like our history and everybody from every spectrum can understand, like, bro, we've been lied to. Can we all agree to that in the comments down below? Everybody has been lied to.
Some say it was the greatest achievement.
So we have to question everything. Not saying this is a fact, but really break this down and dissect it for yourself and let me know how you feel about it at the end of this. Real talk, so we can have real educated conversations about this.
Of the 20th century. And looking back, it was truly amazing. Apollo 11 was a major propaganda victory for America and a major boost to national confidence. So much so that more and more people around the world now believe it was a giant confidence trip.
A suit does a lot for an image, Tariq, but it won't.
Not one astronaut has been on the moon.
I'm afraid not.
No Apollo.
Yeah, I'm sitting here like, bro, like, we about to watch Power, nigga? Like, what Power got to do? All right, let's
landed on the moon. It's all a lie.
I'm afraid so. The government lies. What a surprise.
Bart Sabrell is a documentary filmmaker, a committed Christian, and a man obsessed. He and his disciples believe all the Apollo moon landings were a conspiracy on a massive scale.
While some may say to deny the moon landings would be tantamount to denying the Holocaust, we have to realize that there were 300 million eyewitnesses to World War II. But to this supposed greatest event in human history, there were only 3 witnesses, each government employees, and there was no independent press coverage of this event. And all that we saw was a fuzzy black and white television picture.
Houston, you should have a picture now.
We have a pretty good picture now.
Now, if you think you've heard all this before, you could be right. Back in 1978, Hollywood made a movie called Capricorn 1.
Ready, slow-mo.
Houston, I'm stepping onto the surface.
Take slow-mo.
The movie was about a mission to Mars, but the landing was staged, secretly filmed on a movie set. The conspiracy theorists reckon if Hollywood could fake it, so could NASA.
I was rolling on the moon one day.
They say this famous image of the astronauts planting the American flag on the moon actually happened in an air-conditioned studio. And that's why the flag is flapping. We all know there's no wind on the moon.
You can look at the footage yourself, and it certainly looks to me like the flag.
That's what they say, right? That's what they say is no wind on the moon. So how you let's keep going.
Like is either alive or there's wind. I believe it was air conditioning because of the heat, because of the natural or artificial lighting that they had, as well as the fact that they're in spacesuits without cooling units.
And according to Bart Zabrell, there's more proof it was all a hoax. If the astronauts were really on the moon, there would be only one source of light, the sun, and therefore only one light making all the shadows.
It's 20 times brighter than the desert on Earth. There's no artificial lighting, no need for it. All shadows will run parallel. Sometimes we have two objects in a picture just a few feet from one another, and the shadows are going as much as 90 degrees different direction. Now that's circumstantial evidence of artificial lighting.
If it was all faked, there were some tricky problems for the hoaxers. For instance, how to fake the effect of the moon's gravity. Ah, that's easy, says Bart Zabrell. Slow motion.
Look at the size of that rock.
When we take the traditional television picture as seen by NASA, it's very convincing. They seem to be kind of floating around and it looks like 1/6 gravity. But all you have to do as a filmmaker is to double the speed and it's very clear that they're on Earth. They're not jumping 6 feet in the air, they're getting a few inches off of the ground.
It's silly. If you actually watch these things and speed up the film, it doesn't look natural. These guys are hopping around and they're out of balance.
Phil Plait is an astronomer at Sonoma State University in California. As far as he's concerned, Bart Zabrell is just plain crazy. If it was all faked on a movie set, why didn't the director just go for a second take when he saw the flag waving?
I am back with a paradigm shifting transmission. If you're new to this channel, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. But today we're going to be talking about a compilation of ramifications that goes against the rectitude and the principles of the universe that's interconnected to chaos in order to encompass a new world order governmental system that's based on totalitarian feudalism that's connected to the military industrial complex for world domination. Because all these afflictional psychological operations is the precursor to socialism. So we're dealing with frequency modification, weather modification, when you're talking about CERN and NASA, and the implementation of Project Bluebeam, right? But what you got to understand is that when it comes to westernized science and westernized nanotechnology, everything is based on unconventional asymmetrical warfare that goes against the laws of nature to centralize and to destabilize humanity under the banner of the United Nations and all these secret societies. Because like I told you, the third eye for the beast is artificial intelligence, right? So like I said, he has 6 patents and over 250 publications that presents the future technology to impact humanity and society for a totalitarian system. He's the one who created that publication for NASA, right? A form of anthropogenic climate change, because they know that, you know, these new energies that's being projected to the planet, the solar transmission, is causing a reconfiguration in their system. When you're talking about the electrical grid, when you're talking about the people who have the non-ether genetical properties, and the people who have 6 ether genetical properties, everything on the planet is being upgraded at a biological level. So they try to make technology synonymous to the upgrade of the planet to subjugate the ascension process. The reason that is because they say that humans have taken over. So like I said, because they know that the inception of the planet is galvanized by a republic, which is a matriarch. So they know that the people have the real power. So in order to subjugate humanity, they have to do it from a form of technology, right? So this is also constituted.
Creep on in, on in, on in.
Hey, look, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. He ain't that old where his neck should just be wrinkling like that and staying with the wrinkle. Feel me? Mask. Stop playing with me.
Scientists have discovered a massive ocean beneath Earth's surface, bigger than all the seas above land. Joe Rogan posted this. This is March 28, 2023. And it's crazy because I was just speaking on how water connects all realms. And people don't believe me when I say there are advanced beings underwater. And it's crazy because this supposed ocean is bigger than all of the other seas above land. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's not just humans that exist. It's stuff out there we don't even know about. And people be thinking what they see on a day-to-day basis is all there is in this universe. Wrong. It's the age of Aquarius too, so much more information gonna be coming out. It's not just us, there's extraterrestrial land outside of ours. Oh, and by the way, the CIA and all of them, they be working with these advanced beings. They be showing y'all in movies. And if you know, you know. And there are some advanced beings within the CIA that know about what's actually taking place and are helping to speed up this ascension process. Real spiel.
How old are you?
Well, there's virtual age and actual age. My virtual age is how I look, what I appear to be in this physical body. So my physical body, even though I get told I don't look my age, would appear to be 48. My actual age, I'm going to be turning 83 this year. So you have to add in the 20-year tour of duty plus over a decade of the period when I was in training. So there's over 30 years of extra time and experience that I participated in that my body doesn't show because I was put back into a younger version of myself when I was 37.
Hey, look, do y'all believe that? Y'all remember what they was talking about with the with Get Out and stuff like that? And remember what they said about Epstein, about him being able to put people into different bodies. That's what he specialized in, and that's why they was doing certain things they was doing. And that's why when certain things was getting people was getting sentenced and stuff like that, they always had a reflection for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, all these things just can't be coincidence, y'all. You feel me? But look, it's let me know in the comments down below how y'all feel about that. Y'all think that the technology is advanced like that? What we do know is we seen people in ancient times from what, like thousands of years ago with tablets, nigga. Was they carving that for no reason, or was it already there? Just think about how long it took us to get tablets and how slowly they're evolving them. Is it on purpose? Is it by plan, design? To always keep us at a disadvantage. That's why we gotta start thinking outside the boxes for ourselves.
There they go, covering up the fucking dark lines in the sky once again. What the hell, you guys? I've seen this once in my life, and I got pictures.
That's real shit.
The reptilians are giving Hitler and Germany technology that can take them into space, and Hitler himself said the world would be populated by blonde, blue eyes, and the Hebrews would be exterminated. And yet, in the United States, all of you are struggling to understand what is happening in Germany, and the people in the United States helping you telepathically are blonde, blue-eyed secretaries. What is the relationship between the reptilians helping the Nazis, blondes helping the Nazis, and blondes helping the United States?
You're asking a $64 question that can only be answered till you can accept that we're...
Who was that on the other side? Santa Claus, nigga? Like, who throat boxes sounding like that? Like, bro, we gotta reactivate you, man. Get your throat back working, your throat chakra together. You feel me? Gotta send up some herbs.
Not just dealing with reptilians or little grays or whatever. We're dealing with probably thousands of different extraterrestrial species, some of which are just coming here, taking a look and leaving. Others are doing their own agendas. Good and bad Nordic civilization people. And reptilians can make themselves look like Nordics.
Right.
Okay? They can also make Nordics and vice versa. And the most important thing is that you are living on a planet which is nothing but a laboratory that belongs to them. Planet Earth has been being used for thousands of years by different extraterrestrials. We are and have been just a laboratory planet for extraterrestrial agendas.
And supermarket for genetic material.
Yeah. Right.
How weird this is. Look at the guard on the right. What the hell was that?
By sharing some of this information with you, I am in the process of violating my national security oath. The planet Earth is and has been the subject of an extensive, detailed study by several extraterrestrial civilizations. The human race is a hybrid. We were seeded here, and we have had an intimate interrelationship with high technology, advanced intelligence for hundreds of thousands of years. It hasn't stopped. They are still involved. I'm not trying to frighten you, but I'm trying to say to you that in the next very few short years, you're going to be experiencing things that are going to literally change your life in ways you had never dreamed or imagined. And you better be ready for it.
Okay. You heard him. He said, and you better be ready for it. By a show of you know, put a number 1 in the comments down below. Be honest with yourself. Put a number 1 in the comments down below. If you seen a spaceship drop down in front of your crib and they say, get your ass in, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot to teach you. How are you going to react towards that? Are you going to be, this is your number 1 option. Are you going to be willing? I bet, let's go, let's get it. I've been waiting on this. I've been in tune. I've been meditating. I've been waiting. Or 2, you're gonna freak the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? And you just gonna be erratic. Be honest with yourself. So number 1, you're gonna be accepting. Number 2 is you're not. I just want to see. This is just an experiment. I'm asking for a friend. Because then we'll really get to see in the grand scheme of things. And be honest with yourself. Don't be lying in the comments, man. None of y'all ain't even using y'all real names anyway on this joint. So just be honest. And I really want to see where we at with it. Because it just show like why they don't want to tell the people in the masses. Because I'm pretty sure most people ain't going to be able to accept it.
If you think the Earth is a globe, stop
This is for all
scrolling.
you globe people. That's the moon right there. And you see how the light is shining off those clouds? If that shit was really out of space, 27 billion light years away, it should be space lighted up between the clouds too, shouldn't it? It's dark out here. Them clouds over there too, you can't see them. But it's casting the goddamn shadow on these clouds right here. I think this right here is local, man. The moon and the sun has to be local, because if that was the case, if it wasn't the case, outer space would be lit up. But let me know what y'all think.
The idea of events that are happening on your planet right now will create the following situation. First of all, in late your year of 2024 and in your year of 2025, the channel himself will begin teaching in more depth the principles of the formula so that it really sticks, because this is crucial to the idea of understanding how reality works and being an equal participant in open contact. We will go on to something a little different. At the end of your year of 2026, we will deliver, when we determine it is appropriate on our schedule, different information based on the change I'm about to tell you. The probability of this is between 90 and 95% at this time, unlikely to change. There may be some waffling, as you say, but nevertheless, this seems to be where you are heading. For one reason or another, I'm not going to tell you the circumstances that are going to create this opportunity. Even some of your more sensitive psychics have begun to pick up on this probability and are starting to announce it. Somewhere near the end, middle to end of 2026, middle to beginning to the idea of 2027, somewhere in that, you will experience on your planet a major contact event. 2026, 2027 will be a major contact event happening that everyone on your planet will become aware of. So, be prepared. Allow yourselves to be true to yourselves. Be open, be flowing, and allow yourselves to know that when this major contact event occurs, 26, 27, It will herald in an awakening for many people on your planet, not all, but many people on your planet, to really create a new momentum heading towards a shift in your realities, individually and collectively, that will begin to allow you to move even faster toward the idea of open contact and becoming members of your galactic family. So be prepared for those years. Allow yourself to move forward. It is very important for you to be yourself now, to allow this to occur in your perception.
And with that being said, imagine, right, it's like a ceremony or something, and you getting accepted into your galactic family. All right, so look, we can have weird and interesting conversations on here, right? So I know y'all been doing y'all research on the different type of extraterrestrial lives that's out there in the world, right? So which group and what solar system do you think that your people come from, or you come from? Will they be waiting on you? Like, is it a veil that's gonna be lifted and they gonna be like, hey nigga, hey man, look, you did this life thing, you did that life shit, bro, like you had some decisions, bro, and we was watching you, bro, like you did that. How y'all think it's gonna go? That should be cool, you feel me? Like, I think it's something like that, other than, you know what I'm saying, like I said before, somebody cracking the roof of this joint, be like, oh yeah, this is where we grow our chocolate people and our white people, you know, like, and they just reaching down, grabbing us and snacking on us and shit, you know what I'm saying? We just like a bag of chips down this motherfucker, and they been waiting for us to become ripe. But you know, look, man, I'm just starting a conversation. I ain't trying to scare you niggas, but but look, nah, real talk though. Think about what's been happening around you. Would you be able to accept that? That's my biggest question with this video right here. Are you willing to accept that we aren't the only ones in the solar system? We haven't even fully discovered all of the creatures on this planet, let alone they don't exist. That's crazy. All the stuff we done seen in the sky, all the technologies that can't be explained, all the CMEs, and one thing to do this right here, this is what I've been picking up on. Let me know if I'm tripping. Every time we have a bad air quality warning on my phone for the area that I live in, it's the same time when we're having a CME, a solar flare. The same time. But you want to know the freaky thing about that is that's right there in our face, and this is the way my brain operates. They're not on the news telling y'all that at all. So the people that still watch the news, you're not going to hear that. They're not going to say, oh, solar flare is pointed this way. It's an M or X class solar flare that's coming this way, and be prepared this weekend. No, they don't want to tell y'all that. All of a sudden, now they changing their tone on the warming up the planet. They're moving people underground. We've been seeing them move underground for a very long time. People just hunker down and, hey man, stay on your P's and Q's, take care of you and your family. At the end of the day, man, if something falls from the sky and blow this planet up, it's only so much we can do, right? That's why you got to be right with yourself. Don't lie to yourself. You might meet your creator, but the thing that you need to be working on, what I'm gonna be working on, I can only give advice. Just work on yourself and being real with yourself and being real with your God, whoever you worship, whoever that you meditate to. I'm not a person that's gonna tell you, oh, you need to believe in this. Nah, be stupid if you want to. I can only lead you to the water, nigga. But just get right with yourself and within and with your creator, whatever you believe in. I ain't one of these people, oh, you gotta be believing. Look, man, I'm past that point in my life, man. I know what it is. I was raised in the church. I got my own beliefs. And you should do the same for yourself, man. Like, a lot of this stuff is just a method of control. But don't let this world control you. You are the creator. You are the creator of your own path. And I'm pretty sure if you believe in a creator that's higher than yourself, they will want you to be operating at your highest level of just being you. Your definition of success and faith, whatever you got going on, is different than everybody else's. So never compare yourself, never compare your struggle, none of that stuff, man. Let's just get out here in the world, man, and let's just try to become better people as possible. You feel me? That's all it's about. I'm not saying you gotta be the most peaceful person in the world. I know I say spread love because there's too much hate in this world. Woo, 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 woo. Don't get it messed up, man. If I have to, I'll slap the skin off your face. If I need to, to protect myself or something. So like, it's just about balance, y'all. But look, enough of my ranting and stuff like that, man. I'm gonna get off this video right here. But hopefully y'all enjoyed this, man. And hopefully, y'all enjoyed the giveaway. Like I said, we're gonna have other stuff dropping. I'm gonna be giving away more and more and more. And eventually we're gonna get to the point where we're giving away cars and everything. Eventually I want to get to the point where this channel we can give away houses, and we can probably build a village for our, man, we got a whole bunch of stuff going on, man. But look, this channel is going to continue to turn up. Let's get it, man. Like, I appreciate y'all. Like I always say, spread love, because there's too much hate in this world. Love you guys. I see you on the next video. And I'm out, though. Live. Do aliens exist, nigga? Think so.